Hi, I am Kedger on two wheels and I am yet again at MJ to test drive the Yamaha XSR900. So the XSR900 is just like the 700 and I expect much of the same. An MT09 with a suit. So let's go do a quick front to back. Cool Ducati, bro. Quick front to back. 120 at the front, 180 at the rear, as is standard on any MT09. Dual disc brakes with ABS, front and rear, as I think all MT09s have. This one has, I think this is a radiator protection, yeah, it's been added. So this basically is the more vintage look. Still got that cool looking stubby exhaust underneath your right heel. And so it actually looks very pretty. It's a cool looking bike. Not pretty, cool looking. Once again, this is not the kind of look I like. I much prefer Louise, but it does have that cool look. Chain drive, 6 gears, everything you would be expecting on a bike. Halogen indicators, round LED tail light and brake light. 280 with tire at the rear, 900 cc's, 115 horsepower, and a metric ton of torque. Okay, weird mirrors. I don't really like this black border around the mirrors, but hey, what the heck. And you got the dash, and you've got a round headlamp which is halogen, so it does have a very old school look on it. So now let's see how this goes starting up. Oops, it is stuck against the wall here. Okay, unstuck. So let's turn on this little round dash. Oh, looks good. Hey, that looks cool. Now, additions to this, to the regular MT09 or the new MT09, you now have 2 traction control systems, 1 and 2, and to turn it off you press down for a while and down, or is it up, and it goes off. So 1 is least invasive, 2 is more invasive. No, the 2 is more permissive, 1 is less permissive. I'm going to leave it at 1 until I'm used to it. And then you've got the engine modes, which I hilariously missed on my last review. Standard, A, which is awesome, and B, which is boring. Let's start in B so far. The rest of it seems to be, look, this is just like the MT09. Key here, dash is offset to the right, same starter, same everything as the MT09. This is just an MT09 dressed up. Why isn't it not starting? Because it is in first gear. You have the indicator here. I hate these tachometers because I can't really see what... Oh no, but this one's readable. This one's very readable. Nice. Cool. This I can work with. I was in first gear and I forgot. And I had the side stand down. Okay, so let's go. First gear. Okay, immediately I noticed the throttle is not like the original MT09. It's much smoother. This, look how gradual it can be. Look. Look. See, very easy to keep it. The original one was a bit brutish on this. Control can only be changed if you're on neutral throttle. You have to release the throttle completely to change the traction control. And so, to show you how this pulls in first in traction TC1, let's go. Full throttle. This was B modes. And since I was gradual, it didn't lift the front. Because if I pull it suddenly, it will lift the front. See? Wanna see? Let's see if I don't crash this. Actually didn't. I felt traction control going on. Then how did I did it the first time? Ah, now I was lifting up slightly. I felt it dropping. Okay, so that was in B mode. Let's switch to A and kill ourselves, shall we? Standard A. because no one really cares about standards. The in-between, ooh, oh, it feels, oh, this feels very different. It is a lot more sensitive, the throttle now. Anything, any little touch and look, any little touch and I am catapulted forwards. I'm scared already. This is so sensitive. Look at my hands. Look at my hands and the speedo. I'm going to go. And I still have a lot of throttle to use. Look, this is neutral. I just grab. I'm going to this is not so much. Jeez. Oh, this is going to end well. This is frankly scary. The Fat Susie or Muscle Susie was a lot of fun. This is just simply scary. This is KTM Duke 125, Duke 1290 scary. Let's go, full throttle. 3, 2, 1. Oh. That's enough. Notice I did a very gradual roll on. Oh, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. I want to overtake this guy. I didn't even have chance to roll throttle. It's ridiculous. Full. It even sounds different in A. Sheesh. Oh yeah. Awesome mode is just so violent. Man, look at this. I can't even keep the speeds. Okay, A mode in town is just about impossible, and B mode is very, very drivable. This is just ridiculous, seriously. Oh, okay. Computer, I have the instant consumption. I don't want that. How do I change this? Should be here. This is the average, 6 to 100 kilometers. Not bad. Holy guacamole, this is madness. This is just pure madness. And it has ABS, so I can simply clamp on the brakes like so. Do you see how hard those brakes are? That was a roll, a second gear power wheelie. And the guy in the car is having a lot of fun looking at me. He was smiling. Let's... I got scared here. I did not roll as much throttle as I could because the front did lift. So power wheelies, very easy. You just have to lean back slightly, or not lean back, just full throttling at will. Power wheelie, but I am not experienced enough on wheelies to do that, so I am trying to avoid them because I really do not want to crash a very expensive bike. Cornering, just like the MT-09, marvelous. There's just one thing I don't like about this bike, and that is a serious dislike for me. The engine note, when you're not on full throttle, when you're on full throttle, it kind of roars. Okay, it's decent. But when you're not on full throttle, it just sounds anemic. It sounds like an asthmatic guy trying to blow through a straw. So yeah, proper exhaust on this would do wonders. You will hear it when I go a bit slower, not now, not at 70 kph. But it does sound, well, frankly, bad, okay? And it doesn't sound as it should sound. Then again, considering the purpose of this, Then again, the engine note is good for the purpose of this. I'm going to explain. This bike is for one who likes to go suit and tie to work. And so look, I ride a motorcycle. I don't ride a bike, I don't ride a sports bike, no. I ride a motorcycle to work, because look at me. I'm such an adult, look at me adulting. I'm very mature. I'm very serious. I would never endanger anyone or myself in any way, shape or form. I'm very calm and collected, and so this bike, which with it, hang on, let me just stop. And it did a stoppie. Let me just stop. Listen to this engine note. You started next to your boss and it goes, sounds good, sounds civilized. It is a very suit and tie bike. Very nice indeed. And then you turn the corner from your boss and you go like, whoa! I eat babies for breakfast! Yeah, it is that kind of bike. Wow, you know the expression wolf in sheep's clothing? Doesn't even begin to describe this one. This is a Balrog in sheep's clothing. A Balrog of the second age in sheep's clothing. Look at me, a classical bike, knee out. And I'm not even leaning all that much. These bends are way too wide for that. But holy cow, this goes. Take this one to a circuit and start embarrassing the 600 RRs out there. Oh yeah. This is literally just a cosmetic change. Underneath, it is the insane, deadly, and absolutely bonkers MT-09 we all love and fear. What a nut job of a bike! Holy moly! I'm going to do one thing I am going to regret. First, going over this particular bump here. Okay, suspension is stiff but nice. Seat is very high and very comfy. What I'm going to do now, and I'm going to regret it, is full throttle all the way over there. Oh, too much brakes on this brakes. This brakes a lot. I actually didn't brake at top because I didn't use full brakes. I was afraid I'd just fly over the handlebars. Air. Holy cow. Gee, this is a seriously performing bike. And the upright riding position and being naked just exacerbates the feeling of speed, acceleration and braking. So you want direct adrenaline to your arm? Yeah, this is a direct injection of adrenaline. This is just it's the MT-09 all over again. Here I was thinking I was going to find it dull after all these years since the original MT-09, since I had ridden the ZZR 1400, the Duke 1290 and all of that. Nope. And I'll explain why. There's a new factor in town, because after riding all of those bigger bikes, I'm now skilled enough to be a bit more aggressive on this one. And so there's a whole new level of fun on this one, which is actually good, because when you imagine you buy this bike at first and it is way too much, so you run around on B mode because you're scared, and on full traction control because you're scared, which is actually what I'm going to do as soon as I can. I don't want to crash. You go around on full traction control and on B mode, and you're having a lot of fun with a very powerful bike. And then eventually you get used to her, and then you change into A and you have a whole new bike. And then you get used to A and you start pushing more and more and more, and so the bike grows with you, because this has a huge limit. This engine is just ridiculous. Look, it just catapults you. It's not that it's just a liter bike, because any liter bike would do this. It's just that it is just so sudden, the power delivery. You roll throttle and you haven't even stopped thinking about rolling throttle, you're already going too fast. Yeah, okay, this was TCS in level 2, just like the Tracer, like this. Okay, on this one, this is very aggressive. The Tracer has a softer suspension or a longer suspension, so it would cope with this better. This one I almost got thrown out. Let's try again. Jeez, that was nuts. Well, on TCS2 it does have that fun thing with the Tracer, but I almost got thrown out the bike. It was very rough, very rough. This is like a bouncer on a suit. It does look good, it does have a suit and tie, but man, this thing is muscled underneath. You try slapping one of those or one of these and it will smash you to bits. So you have to respect this one. What a fantastic bike. Yeah, but this does deserve a performance exhaust to sound proper. Then again, if you do want to look like an adult, you don't put a performance exhaust on this one. You leave this stock exhaust, which sounds very civilized. Oh, I have forgotten. Yeah, cornering is as marvelous as I was expecting. I have to go into B mode so I can be a bit more I don't want to be as aggressive on throttle, so I'm going to go on to B so I can focus on cornering instead of the throttle. Call me pussy, but I don't really know the bike and I want to keep it intact. This is what I like about these traction controls and engine mappings. For example, now I want to corner, I don't want speed, so I take it down to B. This way I can focus on how it corners. And I don't need throttle on cornering, I want it to be soft, like this. I want to exit the bends softly. In fact, if I was on the circuit and this was quick to change, I would change it into A after I was straight up, and B on corner entry and exit. A is very aggressive on the throttle. Any little touch and it just shoots forward, just ridiculous. Ridiculous, except if you are expecting it and you know about it, so then it just goes awesome. So we are ending this awesome ride. I'm on an adrenaline high. I'll have to rest a bit before doing the Portuguese one, because I'll be speaking twice as fast. Just a few more turns to go. I can start summing up this bike now. What is this? This is the MT-09. No ifs, no buts, no excepts. This is an MT-09 with a suit and tie on top. This is your disco bouncer with your suit and tie. Slap it and he will break you into a million little pieces. This is a Balrog in sheep's clothing. This is your bike to be an adult in, to show you adulting around, and then when no one's looking, go full teenage mode. Oh yeah, you will be wheeling, you will be doing stoppies on this one when no one's looking. Frankly, it would look pretty ridiculous. Let's see if I can do stoppie here. 3, 2, 1 and stop. There you go, a stoppie to end this one. It was fun, it wasn't false neutral, the neutral light was blinking instead of just being solid. That was awesome, that's an awesome touch. Dash is very readable. Gear indicator is not, but you don't really need a gear indicator, just somewhere where you check if you're in first or sixth, basically. Speedo's readable, everything's pretty readable. I like the revs. It's actually pretty readable because it's black with a white background, and then it reaches here, you actually notice. Then again, when you reach these revs here, you're only looking one place, which is at the bend that's 2 kilometers away and approaching really fast. So it's one of those where this is absolutely useless because you're not going to be looking at this usually. But yeah, is it a good bike? Yeah, it's an MT-09. It's a great bike. Inverted suspension. I don't know why you guys talk about this bad suspension on this one. Are you insane? This is awesome. I love it. And I'm pretty scared of it. I would never buy one of these. Geez. You need to be a very specific kind of crazy to buy one of these, seriously, because this is, or a very experienced, which I'm almost there. I could buy one and I could live with it. Always scared. And I would be killed on the one of these, for sure. For sure. I'm still at the skill level where the 7 would be my bread and butter. This would be just too dangerous. I would get excited and I'll just climb a tree somewhere. Okay, so that's it. The Yamaha XSR900, an MT-09 dressed up, a Balrog in sheep's clothing. You're a disco bouncer with a suit. That's it. Catch you out.